Mataji. Good morning, everyone. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini, and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra. Let us bring our attention on our Sahasrara. Mataji, please remove all the thoughts from past and future. Kindly bring our attention into the present. Let us listen to Shimataji's speech.
Yesterday, I met a lady and she told me that she was seeking God. I said, what do you think of God? What are you seeking? When we say we are seeking, do we know what are we supposed to seek? And do we understand how we are going to feel our seeking complete? That we have reached the destination. As last time I told you, that seeking has to be genuine from a genuine heart. And that you cannot purchase or you cannot put in effort about it. But today I would like to tell you, what are we seeking? Let us see how the seeking comes within us. From where? As shown here, there is a center called as Nabhi Chakra, which is here in the center. Can you say anyone else? Nabhi. Which is placed in our spinal cord. And manifests the solar plexus, which is placed midway under your navel. This is the center that creates the seeking within us. Seeking is only possible when something is living. For example, what is the seeking of this chair? It cannot think, it cannot move. You can put it here or you can put it on the street. You can smash it and throw it away, again use that wood for some other purpose or make a stool out of it. It has no seeking of any kind. Only when a thing becomes a living being, like a amoeba, you can take a unicellular ant, it starts manifesting seeking because it is supposed to seek. not the dead. So those who say we are not seeking are as good as dead. Those who say we are seeking are living and also kicking. The little bit, if you understand that a desire is created within a little animal called as amoeba by giving him hunger. Just think of it. It has no brain. It has just a small nucleus. But it can feel it is hungry. It has to eat something to grow. It also knows it has to reproduce. And then it starts seeking. It also knows how to take the food in, but it does not know how it digests. That part is not his job. Even for us, just the same. So the seeking starts in a little amoeba. And the whole evolution is based on that seeking, gradually improving and improving the ways and means of seeking, while the desire is that of food only, alone. There is also another desire, or you can say an emotion in the smallest of amoeba, is the sense of preservation. It knows the dangers that can finish his existence. When this little amoeba becomes a human being in thousands and thousands of years, then the seeking is changed. In the beginning, it starts, of course, the food seeking is still there. That's the basics. You must have food to begin with. Of course, the methods are improved, changed, evolved for the seeking of food, but there is also a great understanding of how to preserve yourself and your clan. The clubbing starts from a very early age. Even ants understand that. So they understand that we all have to club together, unite together, integrate together, if we have to protect ourselves. And this seeking of wholesomeness also develops gradually in the human beings, and the expressions of that is, you can see, all our efforts to preserve ourselves and to be clubbed together. These efforts are expressed in our political and in our economic enterprise. Now, in the human being, a new seeking starts, is to have power over others. Animals do not seek power, they have. For example, a tiger is much more powerful than, say, a poor rabbit. He is born like that. And a rabbit does not want to become a tiger. He does not try. Like every Dick, Tom and Harry would like to become a prime minister. But a rabbit would not try to be a tiger. He understands, I am a rabbit and I must develop my means of defenses and my means of offenses by which I exist. In the same way the tiger acts. He is aware of his powers and also he is aware of his limitations. And some of the animals also have a power of leadership in them. They become leaders. You must have seen the, say, some birds that they have a leader, one leader going, and whenever that leader changes the direction, all of them change as if they are like the tail of that leader. In the same way that course that bird goes, the leader goes, all of them follow. So this also is expressed in human being in a very big way, that there are some born leaders who lead a group of people to some destination in which they fulfill the seeking of that group. Now the seeking of the groups could be money, mostly it is. Now money, animals don't understand. This is the creation of human beings. So for them money becomes very important because it is their own creation. We had barter systems, but then we thought it is better to have some sort of a medium which will convert one good into another, so we start the money. So the focus of man's attention from food goes to power and from power to money. Sometimes if somebody has lots of money, then he wants to have power. It's but natural. There's nothing wrong in it as such. Fundamentally, it is a thing which is natural for human beings to run after money and then run after power, or vice versa. But beyond that starts another seeking, is the seeking of knowing why are we here? What are we doing here? What is the purpose of our life? Why God has created us? To what purpose? To what end? Or it is just a joke going round? Are we just foolishly being born, getting married, having children and dying like amoeba? Or have we any other purpose? Many human beings do not go beyond money or health. They want good health. I mean, animals don't take any exercises as far as I know. But human beings can go to any extent to preserve their health. But for what? I mean, you may be a wrestler for what? Just to fight each other? You might be the healthiest person living on this earth. But for what? You are just a waste. What is your use? You may be the wealthiest man going in the best cars and whatever you may call it, all the so-called luxuries of life and material well-being. But for what? When such a question comes into our mind, the new kind of seeking starts, which asks the question, why are you here? Are you here just to run in this rat race, morning till evening, earning money and earning power, and doing all useless activities, pleasing others, to show off your money or to extract some money from others? Is that the aim of your life? Now this is the beginning of the fourth inquiry, or the fourth dimension in your awareness. This inquiry is also the flowering of the same rudimentary thing called as hunger. Hunger for spirituality, hunger for God, hunger for higher things of life. It starts within us. That I call is the genuine happiness. In this seeking, we get confused. Because by the time this seeking starts in you, you are already famished and finished. How? Because you are already conditioned by all kinds of nonsensical things going on. You may be calling yourself a British or an Indian or some sort of an Australian, or I don't know, all sorts of things that people call themselves. But in the eyes of God, you are just a human being. You are. I mean, you don't have a tail to begin with. And you don't have your head bent down like this, you have a head upright. Whether you are in Africa or India or in England or America, it's just the same. As long as your head is up like that and you don't have a tail, of course, some people must be having the way they behave. You are definitely a human being. And if a human being, if he is evolved through various experiences of life and realizes that none of these experiences have really given him the fulfillment and the answer to his question, why are we here? Then the turning point takes place in his life and he becomes a seeker. Not before that. Those who go to gurus and say, Mother, will you please give a job to my son? You don't know what to say. You should say to such a person, now, my child, you are not yet fit, you are not yet mature to come down here. Or if you go to someone to ask for, say, a diamond ring, or anyone says that I give diamond ring in the name of God, and you are quite satisfied with such an answer, then you are no good as a seeker. No, useless for Sahaja Yoga especially. Or somebody who says, I will cure you, and for curative you go to someone. All right, a person may cure you, but you are no good as a seeker. Why should God cure anyone who is not seeking God? I mean, why should I repair this instrument if it is not going to carry my voice? Or else some of you, if you go to a guru and if he tells you a story like this, that you have to pay me some money for this. Because if you don't pay me money, you cannot be involved into this kind of a thing. You better slap such a guru on his face and tell him that, what do you think of me? It's complete indignity to your seeking. He wants to involve you through taking money from you. Can't you see that he is insulting you by saying that you are such a materialist, that when you give me money, then only you will be attached to seeking of God? Just think of it. All such arguments people give you, and if you accept them, and if you follow such gurus, you cannot mature for seeking. As you have to be genuine, you have to be wise to understand that you are seeking your fulfillment. You are not seeking money and diamond rings and these tomfooleries that are going on, and you are not there to witness them, and these foolish magical tricks of people, but you are going to witness the magic of God. Then in the seeking also you must know that if God is the universal being, anybody who professes that we are the chosen ones and nobody else can be a chosen one, or he was the only prophet and he was the only God, and because he belonged to some organization, is nothing but absurd fanaticism and ugliness. Do not deceive yourself. Please try to understand. Self-deception will never be forgiven by God. Amoeba, does he deceive himself if he sees the food there? Does he? Or a lion, or even a frog. It has such a little brain. It understands what it is seeking. Will he deceive himself? But human beings deceive themselves morning till evening. We have to seek God. We have to seek our fulfillment. We have to relate to that wholesomeness that is God, the primordial being, the whole of it. This is what we have to seek. You are created for that.
us.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Wish you Mataji for this beautiful collective meditation. Wish you Mataji. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji and take Bandhan.